Okay, this will be an interesting one. Let's see how we go with this. How big are we going to make this? We're going to make it 400, and we're going to go here. We're going to make it dual colour. We're going to start with black and red. Wonder how this is going to look. Going to leave it in the middle. Right, let's see what we have. We have here Science Resource Centre. So this is it's 24 hours a day a week, 7 days a week, anywhere, anytime, ask your librarian how. So let's see, that's interesting. And this is what we're photocopying, this lovely picture. I do think science is grossly overrated. People are more interested in boring lives of celebrities than caring about the planet, and we need science so that we can have a future in this world, so that the planet doesn't fuck up and die too early. And we need scientists to be doing significant things towards cleaning up the plastics in the ocean and finding a solution to climate change. We've got to fucking do that, folks. We need a solution to climate change, because this pollution is going to fuck our world up. And basically, there's not enough people on the science bandwagon to fix things, and there's too many assholes and idiots. People like corporate entities don't seem to have any sense of care about our environment. So they basically, how should I put it? They just care about themselves and their boring money fucking. The love of money just ruins the planet. It's destructive. It's a disgrace. But what else can we need scientists. We need smart people making decisions. We've got to have scientists who are in corporate, who've got the money and the power as well as the brains. Otherwise, we're not going to have a fucking planet Earth. Now, this still looks a bit light, but basically we're not going to have a fucking habitable planet Earth the way that we're going. So, I mean, my desire one day is to become a scientist when they have the technology to repair the brain damage that happened at birth. I'd like to be able to be a corporate entity and build photocopiers that last 60 years, that are serviceable for 60 years. And I want to give most of the money away to science and progress, to humanity, to make sure everyone has the human right to clean water, food, housing, sanitation, whatever. None of this shit, none of this have and have not society where people go without because the rich don't care. The rich hate the poor. So, we don't want this, folks, and we've got to find these solutions to these problems, and that's what I'd like to do, and to harness the power of lightning. Imagine if we could create a renewable power source that made use of the chaotic power of lightning. That would be a brilliant thing. I'd like to see that, and I feel that's fallen into my lap, folks. That's the kind of thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to design all sorts of stuff and to make the planet livable and happy for everyone, not just the rich. I don't want just the rich people benefiting. I want everyone to have a crack at this life. I want everyone to have a fair go, a true fair go, a fair go, not just in Australia but around the world. So, we want everyone to have have a place in this world, not just the rich or the well-off. We don't want just rich people, and they're the ones that do most of the damage to our world. You know, they can't make anything decent. They're just fucking stupid people that care only about themselves and their fuckassery. I'm just going to move this up a little bit, just a little. But basically, we have to fucking make the world a place for everyone, folks, not just for the rich. So let's see how we go with this. And one of the things that one of the developments that will have to happen for me to have a brain that functions fully as a scientist and a CEO of a photocopier company is basically we're going to need quantum computers that run at normal everyday temperatures, like outside temperatures, room temperatures, not deep space, sub-deep space freezing, because the computers don't, the quantum effects, whatever you call them, I'm not an expert, folks, doesn't work. There's too much of an error rate for these computers, so they have to be plunged into this deep space, sub-deep space chill. And if they're going to be brain implants for a person like me to be fully functional, well, basically, science will have to ratchet up another level and start quickly developing these important technological wizardry. Sorry, I'm losing my words. Sorry, folks. Sorry about that. But basically, yeah, that's one thing science will have to overcome. So we need more scientists on board just to build the neural prosthesis that'll be required for me to become a scientist and a CEO. These computers have to be very powerful. Indeed. Another thing to note about the design of the photocopier is that one of the things is it's going to be artificially intelligent, and again, it's going to require quantum computers as well. And basically, what else are we going to do? I'm going to make this a mirror image. But basically, these photocopiers have to also be easy to recycle when they're finished, when they've finally reached their 60-year limit. And basically also, what else do we need? I've just lost my bearings, folks. Trying to think. But basically, yeah, these machines have to be sustainable. They have to be made out of recycled materials. That's what I was looking for. And I wasn't meant to make 2 copies of the same shit. We just wasted a bit of toner. But basically, we need to make our computer... we're not going to print this one again. I'm not concentrating, folks. I meant to print out a green one. But basically, we need to think of our planet, and basically these photocopiers have to be made out of recycled materials, and there's so much recycled materials. This is it. This is what we printed, 2 of those. But basically, we've got to use as much recycled material as possible. So we have plenty of resources in rubbish dumps around the world that will be of great use to build our new generation photocopier. And we're going to use less plastics in the manufacture as well. So we're not going to focus on plastic. We're going to use more metal instead of all this shit. Even the external panels will be made out of aircraft grade aluminium, if I'm correct. I'm just thinking, yeah, I think that'll be a good kind of aluminium to use. And of course the chassis is going to be made out of aircraft grade aluminium as well. So we've got to think of our environment, think of our planet before we think of profit, right? We've got to put profit in the back seat, and we've got to think of humanity, and we've got to think of the environment, because without the environment and without the humanity, people are going to die needlessly, and without the environment, the whole human race will die. So when the environment has been totally fucked, the whole human race has the potential to go extinct. So, and of course, even if we had a happy world for the rich, we don't want the poor to die either. So we need to think of basic human rights, as I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before, but this looks really cool. I think now we can call this little demo quits.